So earlier today we had a tornado that came through our campus. We're here in 44 acres here between Louetta and Spring Cypress, and the path was pretty clear through the front of the campus. It hit one of our maintenance buildings in the back. Unfortunately, we had two of our gentlemen that work here working in there at the time. Thankfully, they were fine. One of them managed to hold onto a rack. The other one ducked underneath a table. And as the tornado touched down, it ripped the roof off of that maintenance facility building. And then at the same time, almost simultaneously, ripped the back wall off of the building. So you can imagine how terrified they were, but they were just fine. At the end of it, they came back into the main building. Our building here is relatively new. We have metal storm shutters that we were able to close instantly on all of our windows. So we sustained no damage in the building here. And none of our ambulance operations were affected reversely at all. So we felt very fortunate about that.
Tell me about some of the big trees on the campus.
Yeah, so this is an old growth campus. We've got a lot of old pine trees here with some pretty thick trunks. And you can see they just snapped like toothpicks, a bunch of them. You can definitely see a very clear line of where the tornado came through, which was shocking to us because it happened so quickly. As the gentlemen that were working in that building attest, they said it was they heard the warning, they heard silence, and then they heard what sounded like a lot of rain, torrential rain all at once, and then silence again, and then things started being ripped off the building itself. So it looks like we had a pretty clear line through the woods we've got here into the building, and then it looks like it twisted into the cow pasture behind us there and dropped a lot of trees there. At the end of this, we had a gas leak that was quickly capped. We've got the all clear now. And again, we're so fortunate that no one was injured, and of course, none of our ambulance operations were affected.
Can you talk about the general area and how you guys have heard about other places?
Right, so I understand Klein Fire next door, they had a fence that went down, but beyond that, I understand they didn't sustain any injuries or anything like that either. So again, it couldn't have been a better path for the tornado to go through our campus. We have two outbuildings in the back there. One maintains our fleet of ambulances, and the other one works to clean the ambulances as they come in, resupply them, and get them ready to go out and hit the streets. So neither one of those were affected in any way, shape, or form. So beyond just sort of changing the logistics of getting ambulances on and off the campus, we got really, really lucky.
So can you tell us about that grassy area that's just behind this fleet shelter that is damaged right now? Tell us about that area.
We don't own that property. That is, I believe, a cow pasture that's adjacent to our property. It looks to me we've barely been out here because we just got the all clear for the gas leak, that a number of those trees snapped. But again, didn't snap on our side, snapped on their side where there are no major structures. So again, really, really lucky.
Not really the kind of building you want to be in when a tornado comes.
No. And they were given, the warning was as ample as it could be. And they tried to make it back to the main admin building, but they just couldn't make it. So they just hunkered down, and like I said, one crouched down under a table, and the other one was hanging onto a rack and was literally just standing there watching the sides of this building just rip apart.
What was that building being used for, and is it going to be difficult for you guys to adapt moving that building's purpose to anywhere else on the property?
That was one of the original buildings on the property, so we just use it for facility maintenance. So it was mainly a storage place, and we had some tools in there. It really wasn't used for anything that was, crucial for the day-to-day operations. So no, I don't think it'll be that tough for us to find a new place for all those tools. We have no idea. I mean, again, luckily, most of it seems to be landscaping. I mean, we can get these trees cleared much easier than we could replace a building, a larger building that was more crucial to our operations here, or a life, or an injury. So again, yeah, great path. We're very thankful that this tornado took the path it took.
Where were you?
I was in that building right there, and we were told to get into our designated area for warnings like this, hurricane warnings or tornado warnings. Really wasn't really paying attention, returning emails. I went downstairs to our room, and what sounded like hail turned out to just be the shutters dropping. And then all of a sudden, you could feel the pressure drop. And then it just got really, really quiet. And then we're like, oh my gosh, what is that going on out there? So yeah, it went by very, very fast. And then we opened the doors, thankfully. And again, we could open the doors. The front doors were a little damaged, but they were able to be fixed very quickly. And we saw the damage, and we're like, oh my gosh, it was just like matchsticks.
y'all had reported in the area? Have you heard of any injuries or any other major damage besides right here?
To be honest, we've been so busy dealing with what we have here. We have to make sure that the flow of ambulances on and off the campus happen without delay. We shut down the main entrance and we just diverted traffic to the exit. That was our main focus, accounting for everyone, making sure that we could cap the gas leak, and making sure that the flow of ambulances and the service to our district was uninterrupted. And so there hasn't been any time to see what else is going on out there. Thankfully, we're here, we're okay, but we're hoping and praying that everyone around us is just as lucky.